2005, two brothers hit the road in search of their father and wound up fighting demons, angels, monsters, and fate itself.
Over the next 15 years, Supernatural became more than just a TV show. It became a family with one of the most passionate fan bases in the world.
I'm Rob Benedict. I played Chuck Shirley. You might also know me as God.
And I'm Richard Speight Jr. I played Loki, the Trickster, and Gabriel. And I also directed more than a few episodes.
Now, we spent years making this show, but we never actually sat down to watch every single episode in order until now.
And that means that each week we're watching Supernatural from the beginning, now diving into Season 8, the year of purgatory, prophets, and the pursuit to close the gates of hell. And we'll be joined by cast, writers, directors, and the crew who help bring each episode to life.
You'll hear behind-the-scenes stories, our honest reactions, and maybe learn a little about how television gets made along the way.
Now, I'm warning you, there are going to be spoilers. And remember, this is our first time truly watching the series, so if we miss a detail or don't remember what happens 3 seasons from now, well, that's part of the fun.
So join us as we keep the engine running, hit the open road, and fall even deeper in love with Supernatural. Hey everybody, this is Rob Benedict.
And this is Richard Speight Jr.
And we are joining you today live in front of a virtual studio audience.
Is this where you drop in the sound effects of people cheering, Trey? So it sounds like we're in an auditorium?
Yeah. Well, this is as close to live as we do.
Yeah.
The audience gathered here today, they're our Patreon audience, right?
Ooh,
There are Archangel members, yes.
I like it.
And we also have joining us, he's not always officially on the podcast, but our producer, Steve Hine, is here with us today. Welcome, Steve.
Woo-hoo. Hey, everybody.
I think we have to say something, Rob, that we learned earlier in the year. For 8 seasons, Rob and I have been doing this podcast, and occasionally we'll reference producer Steve or say, hey, Steve, what's the answer?
Yeah.
And he will give us the answer.
Yeah.
We just found out this season he was cutting all of that out.
Yeah.
So that he's really still a man of mystery. We thought he was very much a part of this process.
Yeah.
But no, as he said, he goes, I don't want anything to do with this podcast, he said to us in a letter.
In case it goes south.
Every once in a while, I might appear in the bloopers, but in the main podcast, I don't even give Trey the option. I don't even send him my recording.
That's aggressive.
That's not good.
Hey, everybody, it's the Season 8 finale. We're wrapping up Season 8. We're gonna pick our top 5. But let's just stop for a second and recognize we made it. We made it.
We did. A lot of people said we wouldn't. We were 2 of those people.
We might have been the only people saying that we weren't going to make it.
Yeah.
I mean, we're past the halfway point, which seems weird. It seems kind of sad to me. You know what I mean? It's like when your kid's growing up.
Well, it happened so fast.
I still only had 2 kids when we started this.
Wow, that's true.
I did. I only had 2 kids when we started this.
That's not wrong. It's a lifetime ago for Margaret. When she gets older, she's going to go back and listen to the podcast and go, Dad, I thought you started this podcast in season 6 when I was born, but you had started in season 1. And you're like, oh yeah. Before you were around, we were doing a podcast.
We always get freaked out when fans at conventions say, you know, I grew up watching the show and it makes you feel old. Well, Margaret's going to say, I grew up listening to the podcast.
I know. And what's great is when she goes back and looks at pictures of us doing the podcast, you have that giant afro and lapels and you're smoking with the sunglasses on.
Exactly. Well, but we're doing it. We're making it through.
We are making it through. I'm so proud of everybody on this podcast, including Trey, whose face we're not seeing today, but whose heart is with us.
And looking back at our Season 8, it was a well-produced season, Steve Hine. Look at this guest list. We had everyone from Ozric Chow. We had Jimmy Pickle. You know, Ty Olson.
It is a pretty impressive list.
Adam Glass, Ty Olson, Lauren Tom, Serge, Adam Rose. I mean, the guest list is fantastic this season. Rachel Miner, Chad Kennedy. We had Chad Kennedy.
We had Chad Kennedy. I know. Behind the scenes, Chad Kennedy. You know what's a trip? The mistake we made for this podcast. We don't have Trey's votes.
He could post them in the chat.
He's going to have to.
All right. Well, let's. This is what we do. We go around in a circle. The circle being Steve, Rob, Rich, and we go through each episode and kind of remind each other what it was.
Yeah, we have to remember. In fact, Rob, do you have a way to take notes? Do you have your paper and pen?
This was a tough one. I like going back and kind of making this list. There was a few on there. I was like, wow. I barely remember that.
I know it's really a test of our memory and how bad it is.
And it's hard to believe we've been doing season 8 since October, before Halloween.
Wow, lots happened.
Like, yeah, so much has happened since Halloween. I'm like,
in the world, in our lives, everything.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's start. We're going to start with Steve with episode number 1. We need to talk about Kevin.
Yeah, we're a little walk down memory lane to refresh our memory. So this is like, so we're back from season 7. They've saved everybody from the Leviathan.
Yeah.
And remember, he gets sucked into purgatory with Castiel. And so now he's back. It's been a year.
Mm-hmm.
Sam has retired from hunting.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And Dean has a new bestie in Benny that he escaped with purgatory with. They ended up, they dropped into Maine or something like that and had their first kind of bromance breakup. We're like, we should go our separate ways.
Right. You don't by chance have a record of our beard ratings, do you?
I do actually.
It'd be great to know what Rich and I thought on the day.
Yeah, where we were, Rob, where were we?
This is courtesy of the a Twitter handle called Robin Rich's Reviews that keeps track of it.
Oh, thank you, Twitter handle Robin Rich Reviews.
Rob Benedict gave it Castiel's Purgatory Beard, and Rich gave it Robert Redford's Sundance Kid mustache.
Okay, so that's not a rave review. That's
no. If you're giving it just a mustache, that is not.
Yeah, that's not a. I love Robert Redford. I love Redford. There's nothing wrong with Redford, but
okay. So that's 1. Episode number 2 was "What's Up, Tiger Mommy." Linda Tran comes along to rescue Kevin. That's Lauren Tom, and it was fun to see Lauren, but which was a new mom, and we talked about that. Supernatural artifact auction.
Yeah, so this is the
right. Yeah,
they were like had Thor's hammer, and they're all these kind of like
Plutus, the god of greed.
Yeah, and like Linda like won the auction because I think she offered her soul as the up because Crowley kept one-upping each other.
Still, season 8 finding its legs. I feel like still.
Yeah,
agreed.
Richard, number 3.
I recall that we loved having Lauren Tom in as the mom, and we were like, this is cool. She like brought a whole new layer.
Yeah, so all of a sudden she was a badass and she had
a tattoo.
Oh yeah, she was a badass mom.
It turned out she had nobody knew who Osric's dad was. We think he was in a band.
Now, do we just a sidebar here? Is she halfway through the season, she's in a couple of episodes and then she's dead?
Yeah, she dies off screen.
Yeah, it's an unsatisfactory passing for a character that we got to know a little bit.
Yeah. So, but that really happened? That's not like a lie told to Kevin?
Well, I guess technically we don't know, but I don't think she ever came back.
Okay. All right. So, Richard, episode 3?
Yeah, man. Episode 3. Who could forget? Heartache. Michael O'Shea. We always like having Mike on doing the sound stuff.
Sure, yeah.
Well, I would think you would remember this, Rob, because the plot centered around organs. And I know how much you love organs.
Oh, right. You did a lot of organ jokes.
No, it was the guy, he died in a car accident, and then all of his organs went to replace, got donated to different people, and then all of a sudden those people were cursed.
I feel like Rob that must falls right into Rob's wheelhouse, because whenever we travel, he's always, as soon as we land, he's like, I gotta go find an organ.
Yeah, because I love the sound of it. I like to go into churches and play organs. I don't know what you're thinking of.
You still got it, Rob.
Surely that's what you're talking about.
None of this rings any bells, by the way. So far, nothing about this.
I don't think we loved that one.
They discovered him because his wife continued to age, and he was a woman he married in the 60s or 70s, and now she said she was his mom because she aged and he didn't age.
I remember this that you're talking about it, but I can't picture anybody involved in the episode.
And he was an athlete, he was he had a room behind his closet where he had a photo of him as a boxer in the 30s. And
anyway, I don't think we loved it. I feel like I remember Michael O'Shea was on, and I remember thinking we had given it a bad review, and then he kind of made it interesting because that's what he always does.
And we don't know what our beards were for this, do we?
Rich, you gave it a John Waters mustache.
Oh man, that's barely any facial hair.
And Rob gave it Tom Selleck.
Yeah, we didn't like this one.
It looks like I liked it a little bit better than Richard.
Barely. I mean,
just a little bit better.
If you're envious over a Selleck, that means it's not a strong.
Exactly. Okay, episode 4, Steve Hine.
Episode 4 was this was a fun one. It was because
Oh yeah, this was a fun one. I'm going to write this down as possible.
It was a found footage thing, but it was an interesting episode in that it didn't really follow Sam and Dean's story. It really followed the story of like the three kids.
Yeah, the teens.
Yeah,
the roommate.
Yeah, and like one of them got bitten by a werewolf, and and then the other roommate was jealous that that guy got bitten by a werewolf because now he had like werewolf powers, and there was a girl in the middle of them. That
I think it's a Tom Wright directed one. This one, right? Like we were like, oh, it's so impressive because there's video footage
and Brad was the DP.
Oh no, or Phil, one of the heavy hitters in it because it involved the people shooting themselves a lot, like with their own camera. But then we thought it was interesting to have Brad because there's so much of the camera work was.
Yeah, the actors were like shooting themselves and stuff.
Yes,
I remember liking this one a lot.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good episode.
Just so I can sort of calibrate my way of thinking, Rob and Steve. Am I wrong in feeling like we reviewed this thing 4 years ago? Like, does this feel like it was a lifetime ago that we
started this season in October?
Not that long ago, though. Really, I mean,
yeah, but a lot's happened since October. You think about it.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, you gave it an early Chris Stapleton, Steel Driver's Air.
Yeah, good. Yeah, Steel Driver Stapleton, great.
Wow, what did I give it?
You gave it Leonardo DiCaprio goatee, so Rich liked it more.
I liked it more.
I think, Rob, you said you don't like the gimmick of found footage is something that
you and Ben Edlund.
Yeah, I don't love found footage.
Note to self: don't hide any footage from Rob.
Just don't let him find it. Yeah,
exactly. Okay, and then so I'm going to take number 5 was Blood Brother. We had Ty Olson as our guest. This is the one where Benny calls on Dean to help hunt his maker.
So remember,
is it Rick Worthy?
No, his maker was like the young person. That was the twist of it.
Yeah, remember. It was like some younger dude.
This is not his hot niece working in a diner or something.
No, that's later. That's Citizen Fang.
This is like he finds this dude.
Who's his maker? Look like a yacht.
Yeah,
frat guy.
Yeah.
Like
a young.
Because they were vampire pirates. They would like.
Yeah, and he runs into his old wife in there, right? And she's like tied up, like. Oh, Gloria, wow, come run away with me.
Yeah, and she's gone native.
I'm pretty sure you're dating Dean. Now, come on now. Yeah. That's just the internet talk.
Vampirates, that's right. They were vampirates. That's why he wears like the peacoat and stuff.
The jaunty cap.
Right. Which he never liked, but I liked.
Well, I liked it, but I did feel bad for him when somehow that cap just made it through every iteration of Benny. Like years later, they're running around and he's, now,
still got the cap.
Now he's a IT executive, but he's still wearing the cap or whatever.
Yeah. He's running for president with that cap.
What was our facial hair thoughts on this?
For 805, let's see. Rob gave it a Tubbs from Miami Vice stubble, and you gave it a Don Johnson stubble. So it was
just a bloodbath. That is
a rough start to season 8. Jeez, rough start.
Yeah, we did. It took us a while.
I recall. All right. Well, won't waste the ink writing that one down. All right. So 806, Southern Comfort. Yeah. Adam Glass wrote this one. No, Adam Glass. Well, he did, but he was also our guest. Our podcast aired on December 1st, and it was about solving a case with Garth, an avenging ghost who we were referring to as a Spectre. We'll call him Phil Spectre.
So this is one of the few episodes that Garth actually got to appear. Like they mention him in every episode, but he's actually here for this one.
Yeah, I have no idea what this episode is about.
It was like a penny that was cursed, and if you got the penny, you would expect revenge.
Oh, right. And then Jensen had a weird thing. Yeah, I remember that there being like a convenient thing where the penny ended up in Ackles' possession or something.
Oh, right. You're following the penny around.
Yeah.
Like the penny's curse and you follow. That's right. Now, Adam Glass was talking about like he'd had this idea for a while. Like,
right.
You're following the inanimate object around. Is it?
Follow the penny.
Yeah.
And this is, I think, the introduction of Garth's puppet.
Okay. Yeah, I knew it was one of the fun Garth episodes.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, anytime DJ Qualls is on it.
Oh, it's always a delight.
Yeah, it's always fun to watch.
Do we know what was our beard rating out of curiosity?
You gave it Prince's symbol beard.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, I tell you, I remember us going, yeah, the penny just miraculously landed in Jensen's hand. Like there were a couple of things we were like, meh.
And then Rich gave it the Timothy Chalamet Marty Supreme mustache.
Ooh. Oh, I feel bad for the episode. Tough ride so far. Not our fault. We're just messengers. You know what I mean?
All right, Steve, you want to take number 7?
So this is a little slice of Kevin. So Castiel is now back from purgatory, and he now has amnesia. He doesn't remember anything because he's kind of a pawn for Naomi. And Miss Tran, she gets double-crossed in this episode because she hired a freelance witch to make a demon bomb for her and got double-crossed and she got handed over to Crowley in this episode.
Who plays the witch? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
And then she gets kidnapped at the end, Miss Tran?
Yeah, I think Crowley takes her.
Yeah.
And I think this is kind of the start, I think her last episode, and then she's pronounced dead a few episodes later.
Surprising. Okay, and what did we give it beard rating wise?
I shudder to think. I feel like if we don't have any recollection of the episode, it's not going to be a rave review.
This is a tough one. Yeah, I remember moments of it, but it's hard to remember the plots. Rob gave it a Castiel purgatory beard.
Oh, it's not terrible.
Rich gave it a fake Castiel beard.
Oh, because we saw a scene where they just had to add the beard to him because they shot it after that.
Yeah,
not a rave review either here. That's better than the Marty Supreme.
Yeah.
Okay, episode 8 was Hunteri Hiroichi. Cartoon deaths with crazy former ally Mike Farrell guest stars.
Right.
The Looney Tune cartoons kind of.
I remember Mike Farrell.
And he was like an old folks home, and his mind was changed, became like the TV. So people would die. Remind me how they died, Steve. They died in giant hammer.
Oh, right, like a big anvil drops on his head or something like that.
Yeah, or there's a giant hole, and like the administrator of the old folks home was using Mike's character to kind of break into banks and stuff like that. But Mike's character was he's kind of going crazy.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I think at the end, Castiel basically puts him in, and makes him comatose just to not experience this.
Yeah, it gives him peace.
Right. And did we like that? I feel like maybe
it was not a bad episode. I think Mike was good. And
fun seeing Mike Farrell. Man, how about I would have loved to have been on that episode just to pick that guy's brain. What a journey, huh? Being on MASH.
Yeah.
So Rob Benedict gave it a Hot Lips from MASH.
Oh, that is not a good review. Hot Lips Houlihan was played by Loretta Swit in the TV show MASH. Sally Kellerman played her in the movie. It's a character played by a woman who has very lovely skin with no beard on it.
Yeah.
And Rich gave it a BJ Honeycutt, which is basically just a mustache.
I gave her the mustache, but at least we stayed on theme, but holy smokes, Rob.
Wow.
The Loretta, the Hot Lips Houlihan.
You gave it a mustache.
Yeah. That's your first, of this year at least, that's your first nothing.
Yeah.
Null set.
Okay, Richard, episode 9.
Citizen Fang.
You wouldn't understand.
Well, you wouldn't get it. It's just, you're not a citizen.
It's a Citizen Fang.
Our guest was Jimmy Pickle. Not Jimmy Pickle, who was a class ahead of me at Montgomeryville Academy in Nashville, Tennessee, who now lives there and has a son named Hal Pickle, who's great friends with my nephew, Richard. Is not that Jimmy Pickle. It's Jimmy Pickle, the editor of Supernatural. We went with that Jimmy Pickle.
We tried to get the other Jimmy Pickle, but he was unavailable.
But he was too busy not knowing what the hell we were talking about to join us. We had Jimmy Pickle, who's one of my favorites. Great editor, great guy, college baseball player. He came on to be our guest. And this was an episode where we learned about Benny's past. And there was a hunter named Martin. Oh, with John Grease.
Yeah.
John Grease.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so this was good. This is the one in the...
You and I called it out. Remember the opening shot? We're like, holy smokes. It was great. It was this long crane shot that went into the diner and landed on Benny's back. And,
Who directed it?
Somebody we didn't know. But they did a great job.
And this is the one in the diner, right?
Yeah.
And turns out it's his daughter.
Yes. I feel like we like this one. I like it in memory.
You did. You gave it a Jerry Garcia, and Rich gave it a Rob Reiner.
Oh, in honor of the loss of Rob Reiner.
A decent review.
Yeah.
And it was directed by Nick Kopus.
Yeah, Nick Kopus. I remember Nick Kopus is a successful director, but I don't think... It might not have been his first Supernatural, but he was not one of the regular guys that we kept circling back to.
I think he did 2 or 3.
Early in season 1 through 5, right? Like the early ones.
Yeah.
He did a great job. I've
got that down as a finalist.
Yeah.
That's my first finalist.
What are we calling it? What are we calling it now? Citizen Fang?
Calling it a Citizen Fang because that's what it was called.
We'll see about that. And what did Rob give it? Rob gave it a what?
He gave it a Jerry Garcia.
Okay.
8-10, Steve.
This is Torn and Frayed, where Samandriel dies. Castiel kills Samandriel while he's under the control of Naomi.
Samandriel, who is Tyler Johnston.
Tyler Johnston.
And we've also realized that's the celebrity name. If Jared's character had dated Misha's character, their celebrity name would have been Samandriel. It feels like some sort of weird combo.
Yeah.
And this is where this episode ties up the Amelia storyline, which I know you guys loved.
Oh my God. No wonder we hated episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9.
Yeah. We really didn't like the flashbacks.
Her husband's back from Afghanistan and he didn't die.
Right.
And
and now she's torn. I mean, have you ever had a show become not the show more than that was during, like, you'd be suddenly like,
that was weird.
Did I change channels and not realize it? What's going on?
That was hard to watch. It just didn't, they kept kind of trying to pack it in there and it just didn't have the heart. And the thing we kept making fun of was like the way they'd go into the flashbacks was like, you'd see a door and they'd be like, Amelia had a door.
That was my favorite one, is the door. Hey, Sam, let's go. Go. She used to go.
Yeah, that was weird.
But I did like the Tyler Johnston.
Tyler Johnston's great.
He did such an amazing job.
And he's sitting in the chair, like heavy lifting acting was great.
Yeah. The things going into his brain. And
he had that like thing that looked like
like holding your brain and your neck in traction while you get brain surgery.
Dentist gear from the 80s or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Crowley just being a real jerk.
You think you know a demon and then suddenly...
Yeah. He was great, though. I mean, all season, Mark Sheppard really turned it up as a bad guy.
And I will say also, Tyler Johnston, I mean, really, we've gotten to see him do fun stuff, but not at this level. This was great for him.
Oh, it was great. And you know, and I just love him as a person, too.
Yeah.
So, all right. So we've ended the Amelia storyline. Was Torn and Frayed, what did we give that one?
I can't find it on the thing, so I'm sure it was not great.
Well, I mean, I really liked the Samandriel stuff, though, and that was really cool, the way that, and that was when the first time that Castiel, we see, what's her name in heaven, like, taking Castiel and, like, here's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Amanda Tapping?
Yeah.
Yeah, Amanda Tapping's like, you're going to kill that dude, and he's,
right.
You know, and you have no say in it. Just hold that thought. We're coming right back. Thank you for supporting Supernatural then and now. And now, back to the show. All right, and then 811 is LARP and the Real Girl. This is a classic. Loved this episode. Sam and Dean and Charlie are LARPing at the Ren Fair.
Yeah, we hit a good streak here.
Felicia Day.
Yeah.
Doing her stuff. Yeah.
So that's definitely going on my list.
What was our rating on this one?
On LARP and the Real Girl, it was a log incident at Stapleton.
Yeah, everybody loves this episode.
Yeah.
Also, if you don't love this episode, at the very least, you would love it for the blooper that it gave us that was epic, which is Jensen tripping as the William Wallace.
Right.
Yeah.
And we've got, I remember this, we go on a roll now where we have some good episodes. Brad Creaser, so this is the one that Brad Creaser shot at, as well as I think the next one, because the next one
Serge directed,
is directed by Serge and was also very good.
Yeah, day 12, this is when the introduction of Henry Winchester on camera.
Yeah.
And the introduction of Abaddon. Abaddon's introduction as well. So.
Elena Huffman, yeah.
I feel like we like this one too.
Yeah, it was another logins to Stapleton.
Well, and it introduces the Men of Letters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
And they find their new home.
Yeah, I feel like this is like, let's see, Citizen Fang. Like 811 is like where the series kind of reimagined itself. It's almost like 801 through 810. It's almost a different season than 811.
Different show. Yeah, different season. Yeah.
It's interesting to see like what you're talking about, Steve, is now that we're looking at it like an aerial view, it turns on a dime. Like
yeah.
Episode 810 being a good sort of dovetail, because there are a lot of that episode that's great. But it really, you're not wrong. Suddenly we end up with like, boom, boom, boom. I can even leap into the one that I'm supposed to talk about anyway. At 813, Everyone Hates Hitler. Adam Rose as our guest. Phil
the Golem.
Segrisha dated with the Golem, directed with the Golem. Great episode. Hal Linden.
Yeah, and the actor playing the Golem was so good. And that's it with that. I think Adam said, right? They never come back?
No.
Or maybe Adam comes back at
Adam
some
comes
point.
back for an episode later on.
Okay.
Yeah, Rich gave it a Stapleton, and Rob gave it a Heim Topol from the Fiddler on the Roof.
That was a great. I remember thinking, I should have. You gave Topol, and I should have done the other guy, who I forget every time.
But he noted that it was, which is the equivalent of a Loggins.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yes. And then Steve, 814, we've got
Trial and Error. This is the one where Kevin finally decodes the demon tablet. And then we learn about the 3 trials to close the gates.
Oh, right. And that's where Jensen ends up. They pull up.
Yeah. You guys want jobs? Yeah.
You must be the farmhands we're looking for. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And that rancher, like cute rancher, goes up to him and is like, do you want to have sex? And he's like, not right.
You would like to have intercourse with me? I'd love to, because typically I'll do anybody at any time, but not right now.
I found that hard to believe.
Yeah.
But Sam kills a hellhound.
That was good, really cool sequence of the hellhound.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah. And this episode sets off the last half of the season, right? This is the beginning of what the rest of it's about.
Yep. Indeed.
All right, Rob, I think we're on 815. It's your turn.
815, man's best friend of benefits.
Best friend with benefits, sorry.
So this one confused me a little bit. This is a witch sleeping with his dog.
Yeah, remember Sam walked in on them doing it.
Yeah, and she's a dog. So it was weird.
Yeah.
But you didn't have a problem with it as much, Richard. But
hey, man, check my web history. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. Scared, never. But it's scary.
I think the fact that you protest makes you way creepier, because I don't believe you for 1 second. You know what I mean? I think you're way in. I think you're way in. In fact, even that shake of the head might as well have been a yes. There it is. Yes.
You're way off.
Way in.
You're way off. You couldn't be further off. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So 816, Richard.
Remember the Titans. Robert, there's a movie about a football team, a high school football team.
That I remember.
Not a great high school football team until the coaches bring them together and inspire them to overcome the racist tendencies of this small town and fight like hell for the victory they so richly deserve. It took a Denzel Washington flanked by a Will Patton to bring this story to life. And by golly, it's a stirring humdinger of a sports movie.
But not this episode.
So I can't recommend it strong enough. Remember the Titans.
Okay, this episode of television, though.
Oh, yeah. Well, Chad Kennedy was our guest. Chad Kennedy, who's behind the scenes, as worked at Warner Brothers, was the Warner Brothers representative of Supernatural for years and years and years, the executive who oversaw the story.
But the episode, Richard?
And the episode itself is about a guy who keeps coming back to life.
It's Prometheus.
And he has a kid who also comes back to life.
But yeah, this was Prometheus, kept coming back to life. The guy didn't really know he was Prometheus. And
Zeus showed up and had a suit on.
Yeah. And there was another god who was Zeus.
I was kind of hoping it would be like a big-haired Zeus with the flowing robes. But it was like modern Zeus.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I also, I missed having Will Patton in this one. I feel like it would have helped.
It would have.
Little connective tissue to the movie, and Will Patton's just a great actor.
That's right. You had a whole thing about.
I like Will Hayes. I don't know.
Yeah, you did that whole
Will
thing.
Patton.
Yeah.
The next one is 817. Goodbye, Stranger. We had Rachel Miner as a guest. This is the one where they needed to find an artifact in Lucifer's crypt, which turned out to be the angel tablet.
Right.
Rob, why didn't they ever write her a sitcom where she was a high-ranking military official dealing with a ne'er-do-well squad of misfits and they call it Major Minor? I feel like
that way they missed
their moment.
Yeah. What did we think of this one, Steve?
Let's see. How do you guys like this one?
Well, you sound surprised.
Right. Rob gave it a Kenny Rogers, and Rich gave it
Kenny Rogers.
Yeah, and Rich gave it a Billy Bob Thornton and Landman.
I can't really remember this one at all.
So, like, she's like Meg flirts with Castiel, and she gives up her life to kind of let the boys escape. She dies.
They all end up in one room together, right?
Yes.
And then Dean Castiel's trying to get the tablet for Naomi, and Dean won't give it to him, and there's not like a big monster. It's not a big Monster of the Week episode. It's all kind of
connective tissue.
Yeah, story stuff.
Right.
Whatever.
Okay, 818 is Freaks and Geeks, and that's the grown-up Chrissy Chambers is hunting with her fellow teens, and it felt like a spinoff.
Oh, right. Almost felt like a spinoff. Yeah.
Yeah. And we kind of like this one too, I feel like.
Yeah, it was a great interview. I remember really enjoying.
Yeah, she was great.
Yeah, and so it's her and the other teens, and that kid, the boy, I just saw him in something else. He works all the time now. Yeah, could have been a spinoff. All right, Richard, 819.
819, Robert. Well, that's called Taxi Driver. Directed by Guy B. He was our guest. It's about the second trial where Sam goes to hell to save Bobby's soul. I remember thinking the hell stuff was awesome.
Yeah.
I think my one beef was, it's very minor, but it was like, okay, here we are. Go where that old shrub used to be. Take a right to the rock, and there's the portal. You're like, and then meet me back here.
Well, and it was just the fact that he goes to hell where you've got to imagine billions of souls are suffering, and he finds Bobby around the
He goes like two doors. It's not this one. Oh, there he is.
But it was nice to see Bobby back.
You like to have Bobby back.
820. Next up was Pac-Man Fever. We had Felicia Day back on the podcast. It's great to have her twice in one season as a guest.
Yeah.
This was a fun episode. We learned a little bit about her backstory and kind of her relationship with her mother. Dean takes her under his wing to be a hunter while Sam is kind of recovering from the trials.
Right.
And then it's a Dijin that they're hunting. And the third act is all kind of takes place within Charlie's dream, where it's like that video game.
Oh,
yeah. Right. The episode starts with Jensen waking up like he's a 1940s soldier, right?
Right.
Like World War II captain or something.
Yeah, and they're hunting, and they're
right
in the game. They're shooting Nazi vampires.
Yeah, she talks a lot about the emotional journey with her mom and in their interview with her. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was a good episode.
And it was emotional for her personally as well.
Richard Speight gave it a John Bonham, and Rob Benedict gave it a George Michael.
Okay.
Those are fair, not terrible beards.
Mine's a good one. I don't know. It depends which Bonham we're talking about.
I don't think that's all that great.
Bonham used to have a mustache.
And I got to say, I don't think George Michael is kind of just a neatly trimmed facial hairline. I don't really think of that as...
It's not a full beard, yeah.
No, it's not.
Okay, so in the final stretch here, 821, The Great Escapist, Ben Edlund was our guest.
Our last time with Ben Edlund, right?
And that's when Sam and Dean find Metatron.
Right.
Yeah, in the books, from the shotgun and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Meet him.
This is a big story one too. This is like there was like three storylines going on. We're still dealing with trying to find Crowley and Kevin Tran and
Kevin. Yeah, and Crowley takes Kevin at one point.
Yeah, and there's the conversation with Ben was a lot about like just these last three episodes. 821 was really just Act 1.
Rich says it's like 21, 22, 23 is like Act 1, Act 2, Act 3 of the finale. Really,
exactly.
My favorite moment in this episode was when Metatron says they're like, "Oh, he figured out that the final trial is," and Metatron was like, "Yeah, it's converting a demon." Like he knew because he wrote it.
Yeah.
Just anything with Curtis, right? Always so good.
Okay, Richard.
Clip Show, starring Curtis Armstrong and our interview, which was a fantastic interview.
Yeah.
Crowley kills, past saves. Oh, yeah. Sam and Dean, this starts with Kim Rhodes.
Yeah.
Then.
Yeah.
Right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Starts with Kim Rhodes on a date with Crowley, which is just not right. Not okay.
Yeah.
Where Rob and I struggled is some of the past saves were people we did not remember. And it was very difficult to connect the dots.
We have trouble remembering people in the beginning of this season.
We are struggling right now to think of the plot of the show we watched last week. So yes.
What were our beer ratings for that one?
I guarantee you it wasn't terrible because Kim Rhodes was great.
Yeah, we had a lot we liked about this episode.
Yeah, there was a lot we liked about it, and the concept was cool. It didn't naturally connect with us who these people were. That's not the fault of the people. We don't know the show that well, where we can immediately go season 1, episode 2. That guy.
Someone just said you interviewed the actress who played Sarah. So
that was way back in season 1.
One of them we did.
Yeah, but I mean that's
had on our show.
That's embarrassing, but
no, it was great. I don't know if I got a chance to say this in the actual podcast, but it was really great to see Sarah again. So yeah, and I also think it's funny because in this podcast, which you can hear today, we're like, I don't see Metatron being so bad. I don't know.
Yeah, we were wrong.
What's so bad about Metatron?
Spoken like two dudes who'd never seen episode 823.
Right. Yeah.
And then 823 comes along. Sacrifice, Mark Shepard getting the cure.
Now, okay, Mr. I don't like found footage. Did that bump for you in this episode?
Yeah, that didn't feel the same, but no, it did not bump for me. I loved the finale. Mark does we just reviewed it. It's great. Mark does such a great job. Everybody does. Everybody. Jared is so great in this episode too. Everybody is. Just top to bottom. Great episode. A great finale. All the angels falling from heaven at the end.
Oh, that was a great shot.
That's really cool. Really cool.
What's great about the show so far for the first 8 seasons is the finales have always been phenomenal.
And to your earlier point, Steve, right around 8-10 this season, they grab the stick and pull this thing right up into the altitudes. You know what I mean? It's really solid.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I feel like that's from that point forward, like Jeremy knew how he wanted to land the plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knew where he wanted to be, and then it was just a matter of getting there.
Okay, well, let's now we got some work to do. Let's see if we can come up with a top 5. And remember, Trey, if you're still in the chat, we'd love to see your top 5.
Chat, I have Trey texted it to me, so I have it.
Okay, great.
All right. Does he have more than 5 or just 5?
Just 5.
Okay, so how do we want to do this? We have to before we start booing and hissing everybody's 5. How do we do this previously, Rob?
Everybody says they're 5s, starting with 5 down to 1, I think.
In no particular order.
No particular order. Just these are the 5.
These are the 5 I'd like to see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Rob, who read in order started with Steve, right? So Steve, you give your top 5.
Okay. I can my top 5 in no particular order are,
and give the episode number if you can, if you have that.
Yeah, I will. I'm going to say 809, Citizen Fang. 811, LARP and the Real Girl. 812, As Time Goes By. 813, Everyone Hates Hitler. And 823, Sacrifice.
what was 809 again?
Citizen Fang.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
All right, so Benedict, you're up next.
So I'm going to say 811, LARP and the Real Girl. 812, As Time Goes By. 813, Everyone Hates Hitler. I'm going to go with 818, Freaks and Geeks with the kids.
Nice.
And 823, Sacrifice.
What was Freaks and Geeks?
The spinoff.
Oh.
That wasn't a spinoff.
Right. I am going with 811, LARP and the Real Girl.
Mm-hmm.
812, As Time Goes By. 813, Everyone Hates Hitler. 823, Sacrifice. And my curveball is 804, Bitten.
Oh, interesting. Wow.
I loved that one. I thought that was really cool and unique and really well done.
That's your found footage
Yeah,
one.
and just really well acted by those kids and really well shot and all that.
Okay, what about Trey?
Okay, here's Trey. Trey is, and there's a lot of consensus here. It seems like each one of us has one outlier.
Okay.
Trey is 811.
811.
LARP and the Real Girl. 812, As Time Goes By. 813, Everyone Hates Hitler. 820, Pac-Man Fever. And then 823.
Okay, so I think we can all agree that 811, LARP and the Real Girl, 812, As Time Goes By, and 813, Everyone Hates Hitler, and 823, Sacrifice are on all of our lists. So that's 4.
Yes.
We all agree on.
Yes.
So let's focus on the odd men out. So for Hind, it's which one? 80. What's your
809?
809. Fang. Rob's is 8.
My outlier was Freaks and Geeks 818. But I also agree with Trey 819 or 8.
Pac-Man Fever.
Remind me, that's the Felicia Day one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freaks and Geeks, Pac-Man.
So Freaks and Geeks, Pac-Man,
Bitten, and 1, 2, 3.
I'm gonna make an argument against Rich's 804.
I'm ready to toss that in. I just wanted it on the record that I think is outstanding, but I know it's not Jared and Jensen heavy enough. But I also would love to hear your pitch against it, Steve.
I mean, that was it. It was like it's a well conceived episode and well executed. It just wasn't very supernatural.
Yep.
You know, in terms of like the characters we love and that storyline, our storylines, and it felt like an episode from a different show. Even though it was good, it just didn't feel like you didn't have our guys in it as much as I would like to see.
And then your outlier, Steve, is 809.
809.
Yeah, that was a great one.
Yeah, I think Martin the actor who plays Martin did a great job.
Yeah,
it was great to see that. Like in the end, when like Betty has to kill him and everything, it's great. That was fun.
Yeah.
And that is Fang. So it's Fang. And then what was the X Factor? So mine was Bitten, Rob's was Freaks and Geeks of the Girl, Pac-Man was Trey's, and Fang was Steve. I'm inclined to go with Fang because that was on. It was. I had 6 episodes listed. That was number 6.
Yeah.
Because cinematically we loved it. John Greaves was great as the nemesis.
Yeah.
It was, I think from the Benny standpoint, one of my favorite. What didn't feel like some of the melodrama that was foisted upon the Benny-Dean relationship seemed absent here. And it seemed to be more driven by his character and his desire, his history. And
yeah. I will say 820 Pac-Man Fever was my number 6. Like I debated having it on the list. So I don't want people to think that
that's up there.
It's not up there because it certainly is. It's a great episode.
No, that's definitely up there. I think all of our wild cards are in there.
820 is up there, but I will say that it's not LARP and the Real Girl. Like that, to me, that was like for a Felicia storyline.
Yeah,
it was just
honestly, it's one of those things where like when 2 actors are nominated from the same movie for an Academy Award, it's like if you they're 2 Felicia Day episodes. They're both excellent, but I think we're picking LARP as
it's a bit of an embarrassment of riches.
Yeah. Okay, so I think we're right. That's a consensus. Then we'll go with 809, and this is not fact. This is just
So 809. So the top 5 are 809, 811, 812, 813, 823. Now,
do we want to all say what our one favorite of those 5?
You want to do it all at once, or
did we sign? We agreed on the Fang thing. We've all signed off on that.
Yeah, we signed off on Fang. Yeah.
All right. Considering season 8 was how it started, the fact that we're debating the top 5. That's a win.
Yeah.
It's a lot of win.
Yeah, well, again, this is why Supernatural is so great.
Yeah.
Even the seasons that aren't considered the best seasons have incredible episodes.
Yep.
But what a run. I mean, that middle slot section, 809, 11, 12, 13, and even 810 wasn't too shabby.
And the final 3 were, the final 5 are good. Okay, so what would you say of those 5 then? What would you pick as your fave?
Well, I will tell you just for the sake of creating a debate, I would put, if I were going to narrow it to my top 3, it's easily LARP and the Real Girl, Everyone Hates Hitler, and Sacrifice. I think those are and just in terms of whittling down, man, I think, and I love it as time goes by, but I thought that Gollum episode was just so uniquely amazing.
Yep, agree.
LARP and the Real Girl is so uniquely amazing.
I was gonna say my definitive number 1 is 812.
This is why I don't think that's even that far afield. I mean, I even mentioned that at my top. It's a tough one to pull out.
Yeah, because it introduces men of letters and all that.
Men of letters and history of the Winchesters, Grandpa.
I think I'm gonna probably go with my vote would be LARP and the Real Girl. With Sacrifice being a close second because it's just a great finale and everyone does such a good job.
Well, give me a third. Give me your top 3.
LARP and the Real Girl, Sacrifice, and Everyone Hates Hitler.
I would say LARP and the Real Girl as time goes by, and Sacrifice.
Rich, what would you say?
Yeah, I'd LARP and Hitler and Sacrifice.
Yeah, same as me.
So between LARP and Sacrifice, if we had to pick one,
I'll tell you my vote and I'll tell you why. I love LARP and the Real Girl for the uniqueness of the universe and all that it represents for real fandom, humor fandom, Felicia Day's character and connection, where they reveal her character being on the show and oh my God, she's there, she is, she's the queen, and the universe they created around her. But that cannot, to me, override the phenomenal boots on the ground acting by Jared Padalecki, Jensen Ackles, Misha Collins, and Mark Shepard that make the cornerstones of Sacrifice such a solid finale. So I would have to go with Sacrifice.
Yeah, I don't think I can argue with that point. I think again, LARP is a classic. It's the one that you see in so many fan videos. It's one of the top Supernatural fan favorites, I think, and you can see why. And it's I love Charlie. I love the relationship between her and Dean. But again, if we're picking our best of the season, the one that encapsulates season 8,
right?
I think that finale is really fantastic, and the visual of the angels falling, the Metatron screwing them, everything that we've been watching all season really comes to a head there. And
Amanda Tapping's character,
yeah, exactly.
and to your point, what makes Supernatural phenomenal are the LARP and the Real Girls, French mistakes. The episodes where you were fan fiction, where you're coloring outside the lines.
Yeah.
That's what makes it, you want to come back 22 episodes a year.
Yeah.
But the house is built on concrete, and that concrete is the heartfelt acting and talent of the main cast.
Yeah.
And when they are given those opportunities by the writers and the directors, you remember, this is why you're a professional athlete. This is why this show was elevated above CW standard fare.
Yeah.
this is why the show's on for 15 years.
You know, and they also they managed to wrap up season 8 while leaving you in an absolute cliffhanger. You know, because it's not like wrapped up with a bow.
No,
like
far from.
Wrapped up one thing and it opened up a whole new can.
The totality of season 8 and like Sacrifice is like carrying it on its shoulders. It's a great way to kind of finish the season. Where in LARP in the Real World is a great standalone episode. That episode could have been in any season as a standalone kind of adventure of the week episode. And it's probably one of the strongest. I think like of those episodes like that we've seen, it's an incredibly strong standalone kind of movie of the week episode. Whereas Sacrifice, and it's just like Sacrifice, I think, I'll go back and look, and next time we do this, we'll look at like all of our top 5s from the first 8 seasons. I would guarantee that the finale is always in the top 5.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. In fact, I kind of noticed that. I'm like, well, they always land one that we could always have be our favorite of the year.
Yeah.
All right, so 823, it's the best.
823.
All right, guys, we did it. We picked our faves. We picked our fave of the faves.
And I'm seeing by the chat room, I feel like we are in lockstep with a lot of loyal fans.
Oh, good.
With our favorite, at least.
Okay, good.
Great job, everybody. By the way, Trey Booty, thank you for a great season, and thank you for your votes.
Yes.
So we love that Booty voted, and we love that we didn't have to smack you down without you here to defend yourself. You had good choices.
Yeah, we didn't have to smack the booty,
but we wanted to. We just didn't.
We wanted to.
Didn't have to.
We've always. Oh, thanks everyone. What a great season 8. Thank you, Steve Hine. Super fun, and I can't wait to pick it up again with season 9. Thanks everyone for listening, and we will see you next season. This episode of Supernatural Then and Now is hosted and executive produced by Richard Speight Jr. and Rob Benedict.
Produced by Stephen Hine.
And edited and associate produced by Trey Booty.
I like your picks, Booty!
Smack that booty! Smack it! Music provided by Tim Wynn.
The episode was recorded with the help of Sonic Fuel Studios.
This podcast is from Story Mill Media.
Follow the podcast on Instagram and YouTube at SPN Then and Now.
Become a member of the podcast to get early access, chat rooms with other podcast fans, and video interviews at patreon.com/SPN Then and Now. I just want to clarify, it was Rich's fault this morning. Rich is to blame.
Starting to record. There. Now, no one got to hear whose fault it was because I wasn't recording.
Damn it.
A lot of times, Steve involuntarily responds with a tasteful nude. And there's no workaround for that, by the way. It's just Trey's hands are tied.
It doesn't matter that they've got my voice.
No, because it sounds like you're just ranting to yourself.
To yourself, yeah. So just be a crazy person.
We got Trey Booty in the chat.
There's a booty in the chat. There's a booty in the chat. What?
Booty
what?
in the chat. I did the homework, Richard.
You're such a liar. You did not. I'm just seeing what you're reading.
This is all
off
from
of.
memory.
Liar. I'd take a bite of a bagel. Everybody freeze. Say nothing. Rob?
I just got, this is so apropos of nothing. I just got a text. You know how you get like spam texts?
Yeah.
And this spam text, sometimes it'll be like, we're selling homes in your neighborhood or something. The spam text just says, roast ribs tomorrow?
Those are my favorite.
Did you ever fall for any of those?
No.
I think the first time it happened to me, like years ago, I was like, wrong number. And then immediately they're like, well, you sound nice. Should we get coffee? I'm like, what the What is going on?
And then you meet them for coffee and like they want money. And you're like,
I know. And then you're like, you give them money and you're like, okay, are we done? Are we good now?
What?
What do you think that's all about, Rod? Do you think if you follow through with that, it actually is a hot girl who gets you in ways that your wife doesn't?
Story Mill Media.
What happens when two people who grew up in a very strange corner of Los Angeles look back and realize just how bizarre their upbringings really were?
They start a podcast, of course.
I'm Ashley Johnson.
And I'm Taliesin Jaffe. Before we became the internet people we are today, we spent our childhoods as working actors, appearing in shows like Growing Pains and films like Mr. Mom.
In our podcast, Weird Kids, we're diving deep into our unique upbringings, our friendship with each other, and all the delightfully odd interests we still carry with us today.
In each episode, we get to share stories of our youth, the things that bring us joy, the problems that we face, and occasionally, the friends we've collected along the way.
If you're a misfit, an outcast, or just a weirdo who loves all things nostalgic and unconventional, come take a seat at our table.
Each week, we'll be releasing previously members-only episodes on YouTube and all major podcast platforms, with new episodes dropping exclusively and ad-free on Beacon.tv.
The war is over, and both sides lost. Kingdoms were reduced to cinders, and armies scattered like bones in the dust. Now the survivors claw to what's left of a broken world, praying the darkness chooses someone else tonight. But in the Shadow Dark, the darkness always wins. This is old school adventuring at its most cruel. Your torch ticks down in real time, and when that flame dies, something else rises to finish the job. This is a brutal rules-light nightmare with a story that emerges organically based on the decisions that the characters make. This is what it felt like to play RPGs in the 80s, and man, it is so good to be back. Join the Glass Cannon podcast as we plunge into the Shadow Dark every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern on youtube.com/theglasscannon, with the podcast version dropping the next day. See what everybody's talking about and join us in the dark.